Top 5 electrical code violations that I see all the time, and how can you avoid them? You will be surprised how often this gets missed. Whether you are manufacturer, homeowner, electricians, or DIY enthusiasts, these 5 electrical code violations show up very often. I see them all the time. Some of them are dangerous and can get your inspection fail instantly. Let's go through all of them and I will explain to you one by one. I will explain how to avoid each of them. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Alban, electrical engineer working in compliance industry. Violation number 1 that I see very often is missing GFCI in wet areas. GFCI stand for ground fault circuit interrupter. It is used to protect people against a leakage current. So when the current take an unintended path in the circuit, the ground fault, the GFCI will trip and protect that circuit. So more often you will see it installed in the kitchen, in a bathroom, in a spa, or near some spa, or near any wet location or a location where there is a lot of moisture. So how can you test a GFCI? Normally a GFCI has 2 buttons, one test button and one reset button. When you press the test button, the GFCI will trip and there should not be if you plug a circuit or if you plug an equipment in that socket outlet, it should not turn on. You should not be able to turn it on. But if you press the reset button and you turn the device on, the device should be on. That's how you can test. That's one method to test the GFCI at home. Individually, like you can do it homeowner or any person, manufacturer, any person or any lay person can test a GFCI. But there's another method that you can test a GFCI with a special device that you will plug on the GFCI and it will trip. So I will show you. Maybe I will put in the link below a video where that will show how to test a GFCI, or I will make another video to explain exactly how you can test a GFCI at home without a test equipment or with a test equipment. So the consequences of not having a GFCI in a circuit, let's say in a bathroom, in the kitchen, or in any area, any wet locations area, is that the person using an equipment in that area is subjected to electrical shock hazard. So any person using an equipment in a wet location area or in a location where there is a lot of moisture, and if there is no GFCI on that socket outlet, what will happen is that there is a high risk of electrical shock hazard. So this one protection can get your inspection fail instantly. The violation number 2 that I see very often is the incorrect wire sizing. And to choose a wire size, each wire size corresponds an ampacity. An ampacity is a maximum current measured in amperes that can carry a conductor continuously without exceeding temperature rating. And we know that when a conductor exceeds its temperature rating, there is a risk of overheating. That can the risk of the conductor can overheat, and that can cause a fire or it can damage the equipment. So it is important to choose a correct wire size, and depending now of the application, we know that depending of the application, depending of the country of jurisdiction, of the standard of the equipment or of the environment, there are other criteria that can enter in the choice of the wire size. But it is very important to not overload the conductor by choosing the correct size. Now, to choose a size of the conductor, each size of conductor corresponds to an ampacity, and you should buy it according to the size and the ampacity according to the ampacity, but also according to the temperature of your cable. Where are you going to use that cable? Are you going to use it with many other conductors? Is it a cable, or is it a cable? Let's say a cable with many conductors. Is it a cable or a single conductor that will be used among many other conductors? Is it a conductor that will be used in maybe a wire ways? All this information should help you to choose a correct wire size. But in the code, you have the possibility to choose the wire size according to the ampacity, according to the number of conductors or number of cables cable that will be used together according to the type of the circuit that you want to supply, and also according to the temperature. One most important thing that people forget, manufacturer, GY, and everybody. Violation number 3, overfilled electrical boxes. It is important to have the adequate space for wiring and devices in all electrical boxes. Overfilled electrical box is a serious safety hazard. It can lead to loose wires, insulation damage because maybe conductors are too tight or they are too tight on some devices, potential short circuit or fires due to overheating. It's important to do a proper box fill calculation in order to have the correct space for wiring and devices in all electrical box. That's the violation number 3 that we see often. Violation number 4, no grounding or improper grounding. I think I already said that my previous video, tips for inspection. It is really important to properly do the ground of each equipment which require one. There is no reason to not ground a device which require a grounding. If the device is class 2, we could understand that that device doesn't need to be grounded. But if the device is class 1, it should be, and it has the ground plug on the cable on the power cord. It means that that device needs to be grounded. So it is important to realize the proper ground, to have maybe a socket outlet with the ground, or it is important if it's an equipment or maybe a machinery or some let's say some fixed equipment or some maybe control panel or electrical box or maybe some type of equipment which need the ground. It is important to realize, to really connect the ground, to really put the ground, to realize the connection of the ground. It's important to ground all the control panel when it is required. There is no reason to not do it because it's a protection. When an equipment is grounded to the ground, it means that all leakage current will be redirected directly to the ground. Violation number 5 that I see often is unsupported wiring. Unsupported wirings can become loose, leading to potential short circuit, arcing, or fire hazard. Very important for each wiring to secure them. Many requirements in many jurisdictions, many standards, you will see they will have a requirements for fixation of conductors, fixation of wirings, and this is obvious. It is easy to check. It is something that an inspector can see right away when he starts the. Now that we know all the violations, all the 5 violations that can happen during that we see very often during an inspection, it is important to know. We have to remind ourselves that code isn't the same everywhere, and code also are not the same for any type of project. There are projects where, depending of the standard, depending of the equipment, depending of type of the project, the standard or the requirements can be totally different. So it is important to speak to your local inspector or to check with your national electrical code, your local inspector or compliance authority, to know exactly the correct information, to know exactly what's the requirements or what are the requirements. If you find this helpful, please hit the like button and let me know in the comment what electrical concept you want explained.